Alright, I've just realised that I forgot to do something that I said I was going to do, which was allow you to put an axle through here so that if we 3D printed out the car and the wheels, we could put them together and it would 3D print. So if you remember, I saved a solid shape, so at the moment I'm going to turn off my car body flat layer and leave on my default layer, which has my solid shape. Knew there was a reason we saved it. And I'm also going to show you a tool called Pipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line from the center of here to the center of here, and then I'm going to create a pipe around it. So I'm going to turn off a bunch of layers that I don't need. Let's try and simplify things a little bit. Now, I want to draw a line from the center of that circle there to the center of the other circle over here. Now, it's a little bit tricky to make sure I get it in the right place, so I'm going to use this point tool. So I'm just going to draw a point, and I'm going to put my point there. Then on the other side, I'm going to do another point. I could mirror this as well. So I have a point there and a point there. Now I can turn off the rim, and I have 2 points there and there, which I'm going to draw a line between, like so. I'm then going to create a pipe around this line. So I just write pipe, and it asks me for the rail start radius 5, end radius 5. So I now have a 5mm pipe around there. Looks a bit small. We'll go for 10, and just make sure that that fits behind the rim, which it doesn't. So I might make that a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll leave the rim on so I can see it. Pipe 7. Okay, hidden behind there. Right, so that's my axle. That's going. So I could now 3D print this and this and this together, and I would have a rolling axle. But I need something to join it in to the car, which is why we still need this layer here. So what we're going to do is create a sleeve for the pipe. All right, so first of all, we need to fill in part of this. So we're going to fill in and hold down Shift, and we're going to fill it in that part there. Okay, so on my car, that is not up on that edge. So we used this before. We're going to use this project tool, this curve, enter. We want to project it onto there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line between there and there. Okay, so that was just a little bit of construction in order to get my line across there. I'm then going to mirror that line. There's so many different ways that you could do this, but this is just one way of doing this. Alright, so I have the edges of my surface there. I'm going to create a planar surface. Ooh, that one. Sigh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm going to use this one, which is a 4-point surface. There, 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 there. Right, so now I have a cover. What I want to do now is make that into a solid. So extrude surface. And push it up into the car. Then I can join this to this using this tool. That one and that one, enter, and then I now have a solid behind the wheel. Okay, so it's filled in. So I could then cut this out of this, and I would have a place for this to go, except if I cut it exactly the same size, it won't spin because it will be jammed in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new pipe on that. I'm going to show you this. It's not going well. Alright, that was the curve that I drew under there, and if you remember I drew a 7mm pipe around there. So now what I'm going to draw is draw an 8mm pipe, so I'm going to type pipe, put in 8. Okay, so I have a bigger pipe, the green pipe is still underneath, and I'm going to take this one away from this one. So did that work? Yes, it did. So now you can see, oh no, I clicked the wrong pipe. Try again. That one? Alright. Let's get this so I can actually look at it. If I zoom in there, you can see that this axle has clearance around this shape here. So now if I 3D printed this out and I 3D printed that out, I would have a car that rolled along using that axle. Alright, cool. Good luck.